the Mayor of the West Midlands, so give him a rapturous ICC round of applause, a wonderful welcome. He is Andy Street, CBE, Mayor of the West Midlands. Andy Street! Andy, I love you. How are you?
Thank you very much indeed, Henry. And so I've learned something from the Lord Mayor this year. I was at a previous engagement earlier in the year with the Lord Mayor, and there were lots and lots of dignitaries. So she said, never mind all this listing of dignitaries by title. Let's just say friends, fellow Brummies, visitors from around the place, ladies and gentlemen, you are all very welcome. So thank you to the Lord Mayor for teaching me that informality. Now then, it's my pleasure to be back at the Phoenix annual dinner. It's another wonderful event, and as everyone said, many congratulations to Marcia for what she's put on. But it's not quite like last year. Who was here last year? Just put your hand up if you were here last year. Well, you will remember that last year we met Nigerian royalty. I know we've got some Nigerian royalty. You might even say, Henry, that you are other Nigerian royalty.
Even Ghanaian.
Oh, even Ghanaian. But you said you had Nigerian connections as well earlier on. You did. I listened carefully to you, see. But you will remember last year we had the Nigerian king, alternatively known as the Uni of Ile-Ife. He joined us for dinner, and I saw how real dignitaries dealt with dinner. Not a morsel of food passed his lips all evening. He had two supporters either side to taste the food to see if he could eat it, or maybe they were his protection people. So if there's anyone in the room who thinks they're on the way to dignitary status, until you've got two tasters at the dinner at the ICC, you haven't yet arrived, ladies and gentlemen. Very good. But you are, Marcia, running another fantastic event tonight, and as we heard from others earlier, I just want to pay my credit to the Phoenix, because what you do tirelessly is you tell us the best stories about the West Midlands. In a time of tough news, you're always looking for good stories. You're thinking of hope, potential, optimism. So, Marcia, thank you for being an absolute champion of this region. Now, we've got lots to look forward to, and we've heard about the Commonwealth Games, but I thought I might just pick out one or two things that we should look back on in a year of reflection and pull out one or two of the themes around it. First of all, it was the year of the armistice, and we saw such incredible commemorations around the 11th of November. But one thing I wanted to pull out was the event that was held up at the National Memorial Arboretum that Dav Prasad, who's in the audience here tonight, held with the British Organisation of People of Asian Origin to commemorate the Commonwealth contribution to World War I. It was a brilliant event, but one thing stood out at the National Memorial Arboretum, and anyone from the Caribbean community in the room knows this, that there is as yet no Caribbean memorial to the contribution of Caribbean forces at the Memorial Arboretum. And what I respect is the fact your community has come together to fight for that, and I want to give all of my support for doing that and making sure that memorial comes to pass as well. The other reflection is one I will admit I've learned a great deal about from this year in the sense of humility and dignity. And of course, it's the story, the history of the Windrush 70th anniversary. And I'm not going to give the politicians' take on it. I'm just going to pick out one thing that I saw that told me so much about this incredible story of contribution. And it was the exhibition that the Midlands Arts Centre put on to show the story through the eyes of a wonderful, wonderful portrait photographer, Andrew Jackson. And he took the pictures of ordinary people from the West Midlands, of their faces and of the hope they had, perhaps the depression they had at times, the fears, the aspirations, the ups and downs. An incredible story. And what I learnt there was something else I carry forward, the role of the cultural organisations here to tell the stories of our communities. So to the Midlands Arts Centre and everyone else who put on unique things for the Windrush generation and contribution, thank you very much. And then the last thing I want to just reflect on is how in the course of the year different things have been done to draw the communities of the West Midlands together. You know, it's something I hold very dearly. If I can call out the work that Sandwell Council and the Guru Nanak Gurdwara in Sandwell have done to bring the memorial to the Sikh soldier there in Sandwell, it is genuinely a wonderful piece of work and a wonderful commitment to that story. So thank you very much for that. And then, of course, I should just reflect in what we tried to do for the community around Diwali, when we brought Diwali to the square in the centre of Birmingham. Wonderful Diwali events all across the city and the region, notably on the Soho Road particularly, an event to rival London and Leicester. But what we tried to do was bring it to the middle of the city, and what was wonderful to see how many other people from different communities came to share in the Diwali celebrations. And I think, as you know, my hope is that we'll be able to do something similar for Jamaica in the square as this next year goes by. And then lastly, just a thought about tonight, and I want to finish with a tribute to Birmingham City Council, and that may surprise you for some obvious reasons. But the issue I want to talk about is homelessness. A little later tonight, I'll be going to take my place with many others in St Philip's Square at the annual St Basil's Sleep Out, raising money for homelessness across Birmingham. But the reason I wanted to call it out tonight is not about what I'm doing there. It's actually about a new scheme that is giving hope to those who are rough sleeping in Birmingham. About 12 months ago, working with the City Council, we won the money for a new project, a national project that we are calling Housing First, to give people sleeping rough in Birmingham, the West Midlands, Greater Manchester and Liverpool a place that they can call their own. And the reason that I want to praise Birmingham City Council is this hasn't got off the ground in Greater Manchester yet, it hasn't got off the ground in Merseyside, but in Birmingham this Christmas, people who are sleeping rough will be moving into permanent homes. That's teamwork, that's the spirit here. And tying it all back round, that, Marcia, is another wonderful story of hope and optimism here. And when we look back at a year of reflection, of commemoration here, I hope we can also look forward to 2019 as a year of great optimism for Birmingham and the West Midlands. Thank you very much, Marcia, for bringing us together once again.
Andy Street, wonderful address from Andy Street, CBE, the Mayor of the West Midlands.